We got plants. How exciting is this? How exciting is this? Okay. Finally an update. I know it's been a while. Let me see. I know it's been a while. I have to wait for the plants to grow. The plants take a second, baby. They don't happen overnight. So let's show you what we got here. So we got some peas, obviously a lot of peas. They all did fine. Peas are pretty resilient. I've never had an issue growing peas, especially in my area. The big thing about these peas is you can see trellising them as they go up. Some people pre-trellis them. And they kind of did that with the mesh wiring that we have here. I've had to very gently pull a lot of them off. The big thing with the peas and when I trellis them is that a lot of your trellising needs to happen here at the base. As you can kind of see, like they're a little curved at the base. I don't know if it's easier to see like with some of these other ones. Yeah, like that one right there. You can see how curved it gets. Making sure that you're reinforcing at the base is going to save you so much headache later down the road because it gets a lot easier to trellis as you go up. And this isn't the most like professionally done trellising, but I find that once they start to get like with these ones, once they start to get like right about here, like I'd say an inch or two above the top rung, that's when I'm going to come out and add the next few rungs and usually add some stabilization along the bottom here. Now, I got nothing in between here. This is our best growing plant at the moment. It gets a lot of morning sunlight through here. The sun, we talked about this in previous video, the sun literally rises like that, so a lot gets through. We don't have as much growth over here, which isn't as surprising because there's a lot more shade going over here. Now, you'll notice this is all mint. Well, not all this, that's not mint, and that's like a flower. But this is all mint right in here. Now, as you can see, the mint is taking over. Now, I have good news and bad news about the mint. The good news is that I was told by the person who I bought the mint from locally that the mint is only going to last a year, maybe two in our climate. The bad news is that was 4 years ago. This is our garlic. I haven't weeded it yet, so I apologize for the mess, but as you can see, a lot of the seeds we spread are starting to come up. I'm gonna just let this densely fill in with garlic over time. And I mean, the garlic has made it over here. I'm not super worried about that. I actually might pluck a couple of these and move them over. Oh, that one, not so much, but I'll move this one over. But you know, for the garlic, I'm just gonna very quickly do a transplant here, live on camera. How exciting. Gardening in action. Okay, now my hand's all dirty. But this is still going to be herbs. As you can see, not a lot has really come through. Some of it mostly over here is filling in. And then our lettuce is coming through perfectly. Now, these are transplants. This is a different type of lettuce. This is more of like an iceberg lettuce, where this is more of a romaine lettuce type. So I've already thinned this lettuce. A couple of them came up. I just let the strongest ones go. This is really the only one that's not taking off at the moment, but that's fine. We got plenty of other lettuce to go around. And then let me see here. This actually might be broccoli. No, I'm pretty sure that's iceberg lettuce. Yeah. Actually, no. Is this broccoli? I need to write this stuff down, is what I'm learning right now. Before we get over here, this is the cucumbers that we planted. Look at them. Look at them coming right up in a row. We're gonna have a good amount of cucumbers here. And then this one has also not been tended to, which I'll be doing this weekend, but you can see our line of carrots is coming through very nicely. I'll start to get to thinning these here pretty shortly. I mean, they didn't come in as densely down here, so you know, we'll kind of go. We might need replanting. This one is a wild one right here. I didn't plant that, or at least I didn't think I did, but that's going to be our next row that will go in this weekend as well. And then these are our green beans, and this is cauliflower. So yeah, that's definitely broccoli. That's definitely broccoli. So this is cauliflower here. We're gonna let this keep going, and then we're surrounding it obviously by the cucumbers, and then these are green beans. Green beans on the packaging is going to tell you that you have to plant them a lot farther wide, but like it doesn't make any sense to me, because I'll go, there, right there, you can see, I'll go 2 beans per, and I've done that for a number of years, and it's been totally fine. So if I can go 2 beans per hole, I can go 1 bean every couple inches. It's gonna be totally fine. I think you get plenty of density, especially if you're planting in compost, which I am. Now, over here there's nothing coming up yet, but I've already put them in, are potatoes. This is manure. So this black cow manure, it's not the mushroom compost that I've used over here. This is a lot of newer soil. So this soil I've been doing for a long time and like building up. I mean, even the stuff that you can see over here that I haven't put anything new on yet, like it's still pretty black because I've been building up the soil for a while. This is not so much. This is a lot browner. It's a lot more clay. And so that's why I've used manure compost specifically here, especially for heavy feeder, which we're gonna be getting in this section. So you can see the wood chips. The wood chips are showing me where I last planted a potato, and it goes all the way back. I might plant 1 more potato, but from here on over is going to be squash. You know, my family loves squash, so we're gonna be making sure we get a lot of it in. This stuff over here, at this point, I'm thinking we're probably just gonna have to find some fill, some dirt, and then we'll throw some compost on the top of it. This is also manure, but we're gonna have to continue to build up this pathway a little bit so that it evens out, because I'm right now standing probably 3 or 4 inches higher than if I was standing over there. And then we have our tomatoes. We have a bunch of tomatoes. These are all indeterminate tomatoes. These are sunshine gold, and then these are like a redder cherry tomato type. So these are gonna be going up. I know a lot of people will do like planting them on their sides, all that sort of stuff. I've done that before. This year, we just went straight in with it, is what it is. I will be pruning these as we go to really encourage more development over time. But I mean, for the most part, you can see they're doing pretty well. There's a little bit of goober on there. I'm not too worried about that. That should sort itself out here over time. And then the strawberries and the blueberries. So as you can see, strawberry bushes are in full bloom here. We got some flowers. We're gonna get some strawberries here very soon. I do need to weed. Now, the purpose of the strawberries was to, over time, beat out a lot of the grass. It's going to take a lot of time, especially if you're like me and you're trying not to disturb the soil too much. You know, rototilling and all that stuff probably would have made this easier. If I was starting from scratch and I was starting my own garden at my own house, then I would definitely, first season, just get it out of the way, do the rototill, unless you want to spend a lot of extra money on, you know, blanking on the word right now, but on like a raised bed, something where you can put down the cardboard. And you see a lot of people do these. I've done these a couple different times. I use this stuff over here to do it. But if you're going to be planting straight into the ground like this, one time is not the end of the world, especially for a perennial. And then you're going to have many more seasons to build up the soil after that. So this is probably the area that needs it the most. But as you can see, we have strawberries in here that have spread like all over the place. This is our new blueberry bush. It's actually pink blueberries. That is, I wasn't even on camera, that I planted last year. And then, I mean, all of our blueberry bushes that we pruned are looking super healthy. We're looking great. This is probably the best looking part of the garden at the moment. But everything is, I think everything's coming along really nicely. So, like I said, we're gonna get some squash in, we're gonna get some zucchini in, potato, literally. And we're gonna start getting some fill in here. And then I think The only other thing is in this section, gonna do some flowers. Gonna do some flowers. Probably do some borage here, but then sprinkle in some perennials too. That just take this section all the way down here. Flowers are great. Always having more flowers is gonna be awesome. And then being able to start to over here, I'm not sure if I'm on camera here, really make the most of a lot of these. I mean, you can already see it here. Boom. I mean, look at those raspberries and blackberries. Like, they're going to be getting plentiful, bountiful harvests coming out of this section. And now that we've been able to get through a lot of it, let me see if I get back to the camera. Now that we've been able to clear out a lot of the space, we can easily access them. We're very excited about this. So the garden is coming along very nicely. I'm very excited to hopefully do more things. There's gonna be a lot of weeding. Again, I know people love to watch the weeding and all that sort of thing. I just don't have a camera or anything. But if you subscribe, maybe I can make enough money. We can get a little setup going and you can watch me do my magic. But until then, bye-bye.